Alex is selling Slack to a 200-person enterprise. Watch what happens as he navigates this sale and sales practice using our product, CallTree.
Sure, but we have heard this pitch before, if I'm being honest with you. What's the actual switching cost? Getting 200 people off Teams is not a small ask, you know?
Yeah, migration is always a consideration. It takes some time, obviously. We'd have to look at your setup and infrastructure.
Right. And what does this actually cost to us? We are not looking to add another line item, you know?
CallTree mapped every decision that Alex and his customer made onto a tree, which visualized exactly what was going on in the deal. After the call, CallTree does something that no other tool does. Every decision that was made and every decision that wasn't made is rendered as a living map. You can hover over any node to see how the performance would have been had the call taken this path. Let's look at the summary that CallTree provides after the call.
Nice open. You set a clear agenda up front. Solid discovery. You fumbled. Your response sounded vague, which didn't build confidence. Next, they asked about price, and you anchored low. But your price didn't effectively handle their pushback. They looked for proof, wanting hard numbers. In the end, a case study might have sealed the deal.
It's clear that Alex didn't do the best job he could in this sale. Our system has a recommendation on what we should practice. Let's take a practice of this specific moment.
The seller initiated the call by saying,
the user is brought up to speed on where in the conversation they ought to practice next. Once the user is ready, they can start where they need the practice the most.
What's your plan for helping us transition from Teams? I want to make sure that the switch won't disrupt our current workflow, especially with 200 users involved. We can't afford downtime or major disruptions.
We're not going to rip and replace. We're going to make sure that Slack is a tool that your team can use alongside Teams and then migrate over time so that no company time is lost in a dead period. If we want to see what AI would have done in this specific moment, we can see how our agent would have performed here.
I've heard this pitch before, and getting 200 people off Teams isn't a small lift. What's the real switching cost here? There's no rip and replace. We run alongside Teams, pilot with one squad, and white glove the rest with zero downtime.
We observe the salesperson over many calls and understand their weaknesses and strengths. Once we have a large enough data set about their specific sales identity, we give them specific practice, citing recent calls they've had that have been unsuccessful, and allow them to practice these specific areas and against specific types of buyers. CallTree helps you navigate during a sales deal. Afterwards, it doesn't just show you a transcript. It finds the exact moments you struggled, scores them against real data from you and your teammates, and drops you into a drill at that specific moment. Not the whole call, just the 30 seconds that cost you the deal.